Well, probably rat boys are squares.
By the shit.
In other news,
You know it's gonna crash. Shit
again.
canceling for shit is extremely dangerous.
Or Bitcoin.
Bitches in the future?
This is Wheel of Fortune, y'all!
Bitcoin is the future.
Cultish fucking psychopaths, fake but they recycle that. Flood us with these lies, we ignore it, then we cycle back. To this anchor, we are called a time chain, our minds break. In this rabbit hole so deep, we wide up our time frame. We just call it time preference, started with divine presence. Immaculate conception, shit posting is profession. Dunking on central bankers, modern day money changes. Throw 'em out the temple, got no use for they paper.
Got no use for they paper.
Paper.
Got no use for they paper. For they paper.
Modern day money changes.
Money changes.
Welcome to Defend the Network. I'm Eastside Tony, and I'm here with Richard, real Richard here. So yeah, dude, we were talking already. We're already rolling. Dude, the fiat system's just crazy, dude. Like the way it pays for everything around here. Anyways. So what's up with your music right now, man? You just dropped a new track.
Yeah, man, I've been dialed in, dude. Like,
What's up?
I've been the thing that's the only thing that's holding me back is just the video production. I've been doing music since I was like 12, 13 years old, so I'm pretty efficient and proficient at it. But yeah, just the music production stuff. But been very inspired lately, man. Like, yeah, I think I told you for the last couple months, I've been going back to the basics, rereading the classics, just digging back into the basics of Bitcoin. And the more I dive back into the basics of Bitcoin, and just it helps me express, like, I'm better able to express these ideas and thoughts in song form, whether they're through rhythms or melodies or whatever, and lyrics. I'm better able to express it through song form just by going back to the basics. And yeah, and I collaborate that with my musical skills.
Your music keeps getting better and better, my friend. Like, I am so blown out of my mind. Like, dude, what like it I text you, I was like, dude, it like something about music and really, really good music that just, it's like a feeling, right? Like sadness or happiness. Like it makes you feel a certain way. It taps into a certain vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your music does it, man.
Well, fuck, I appreciate that.
What do you think about the new podcasting 2.0 or the Lightning apps? It's weird because it's so bleeding edge that, like, I don't even know. I don't think that's a proper name. I think we can even come up with a freaking name for it, dude. Like Music 2.0 or something like that. Like, what do you think about that new genre, or I guess technology that allows you to get value for value for your music?
I think what you're saying, bleeding edge, is absolutely accurate because, I used to sell MP3s back in the day, and 90% of my sales, like, this is early 2000s, mid 2000s on iTunes, 90% of it was US and Europe because they were able to access iTunes, right? But I would get a lot of messages from random people and my music was free on YouTube, but I also had a download link if you want to download to your iPod or whatever. And you could pay 99 cents per. But I would get a lot of people from like India or people from just like really random places that even if they wanted to buy it and say they could, a lot of them like don't have access to have a credit card to even buy it. So like the Lightning 2.0 thing, I think Bitcoin just has to be more entrenched, meaning more people has to have their savings in Bitcoin to be able to spend it. If you don't have any savings in Bitcoin, you're not going to be able to spend it. But two, I just think it just broadens access and how globally. And yeah, that's going to be like, to me, it's a game changer. But like you said, it's very bleeding edge. And a lot of the Lightning 2.0 apps, the podcasting 2.0 apps, are very, very new, very, very early. But I'm excited to see what happens because if you think about it, Adam Curry and the whole podcasting scene, they started off early 2000s. And I would say within the last 3 to 4 years, podcasting really took off. And especially since the COVID, I would say podcasting has really taken off a lot more. Like almost everybody I know listens to a podcast now.
Yeah, it's it's incredible to me how like for me the biggest thing is like the censorship resistance, right? Like I used to do like podcasting for like flying drones, and I got to a point where I'm like, dude, the algorithm's just gaming me. Like I don't want to deal with YouTube and the YouTube politics because I want to, I want to make jokes. I'm a jokester, and then they start censoring you for making jokes, and it's like, nah, dude. This to me, it was kind of a waste of time. And now with this podcasting 2.0 and the value for value block, um, in the RSS feeds, like it makes you, ungovernable, right? And
Exactly.
you can get your word out, and
Mhm.
now you can get your music out. For me, Defend the Network was a value for value exchange for artists, right? And I was looking for a way to do split payments on Lightning, so I can sell somebody's art and get a percentage of that just by promoting my friend, right? Like I'm like, hey, this guy's stuff's dope. If you want to buy a copy, here you go. And then it's just a sales model, right? Um, and then I start seeing what's going on here, and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. And then this is just another avenue of getting revenue, where it's like, hey, it's whatever you can afford, right? It's a beautiful thing. I'm glad I was exposed to it.
Yeah, and like the whole ungovernable thing. Like, even if let's say we say the F word, and you say it X amount of times, the algos will push you down, just because advertisers do not want to be associated with certain words. And so because you say certain words, and so the ad model is really fragmenting the internet in general, whether that's Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is really fragmenting the internet and like making
Curry,
it pretty shitty.
Curry calls it the podcast industrial industry or something like that. It's very
Okay.
nefarious, dude, because they come in and they use their money as a weapon, and they start throwing their money at things. And it's like,
You know,
go ahead.
I thought about this a lot because I asked myself, what's going to make somebody leave Spotify or Apple Music or leave YouTube? Because like YouTube and Spotify, they created to be honest, they created a great platform where people can like find music, right? And yes, right now the ad model kind of sucks, but is that a symptom of fiat, or is that just the way content is consumed? I'm gonna lean towards the symptom of fiat thing, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think if these companies advertise and the whatever they're advertising sucks, is very cheap. Or if it's good, then I'm glad they're advertising it and it's getting to me. But if it sucks, then uh, in a non-fiat world, they will die off. In a Bitcoin standard world,
I mean, I think that's
if
what's happening right now, dude, with the marketing dollars. They're drying up, and everybody's going to start hurting pretty soon. And the value for value model is going to take off, because it really, like, you're actually exchanging value. You're not just hitting the like button. You know what I mean? Anybody can hit a like button. So
yeah,
if you actually exchange value, then you're going to cut back on a lot of bullshit, and you get pure signal.
on the Fountain app, they have the charts, and they don't measure it by views. The charts is weighted by Satoshi's donated.
Yeah, I saw
So
that
that's
online.
real fucking value and real ranking right there.
I just saw that on the app today. I didn't mess around. Like I do use Fountain app a lot, and it's a great app. And they should definitely. I don't know if maybe they should do it or somebody else should do it, but they should definitely pivot to a music app that's similar to Fountain. It's basically a music app wallet, right? Where
Mm,
you can listen to soundtracks, or you can listen to a radio station. What about the Real Richard radio station, right? Where it just plays your songs on a loop over and over and over. And I just go there, and people can just, stream sats and listen to your beats or whatever, you know what I mean? And you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just thinking about a whole nother atmosphere of
yeah, but
applications.
the whole music thing is the big issue with music is there's a lot of legal issues regarding music. Like,
But you don't think that the podcasting 2.0, the lightning payments, can solve that? Because I think you can make more money off of lightning payments,
no,
right?
no, no. What
Compared to
I'm not
like
saying.
SoundCloud or did you see they just added tipping in SoundCloud?
No, I didn't. I haven't used SoundCloud in a while. I probably should start uploading my stuff back on SoundCloud. But
Podcasting
like what
2.0.
I'm saying is like, what were we just talking about? We're talking about
Value for value, music
yeah,
share.
the music game, like, because a lot the big overhead for a lot of these streaming services is buying rights to even play the music, you know, and and in the music game, there's just a lot of legalities behind everything, especially in the music I make of electronic music and hip hop.
We're rethinking the music game. That's what I'm saying. Like we're the leading edge, bro. We do whatever we want.
I see what you're saying.
We don't have to fucking go by their rules. We're gonna be doing split payments, bro. So I'm gonna be promoting your shit. I'll take a 5% cut, a 1% cut, whatever I don't know what the fair percentage is, but you see my point? Is like just go with like, hey, Antonio's your promoter. Just like the real music game right now. Like I used to work in nightclubs, dude. I see how it went down, dude. People come through, they already have management and whatnot. Everybody gets a cut. You know what I mean? But you could do that with lightning payments. You could apply it to a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, no. I thought about this with via equity in the past. Like, let's just say, you know, like your point of sale systems accepts lightning payments and it splits automatically because I funded your taco truck or your fucking pizza shop or your banana stand. You know what I mean? The point of sale system could just automatically give me 0.5%
exactly
of revenue.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like we can. I mean, a contract is a contract is a contract, right? That's not going to be on blockchain. You're going to just do a regular contract like normal, like right now, right? And we'll just say, hey, right now we do a 50-50 split on Fountain. That's what we do. We don't even make a contract. That's just what we do, right? And if we have a guest come on, I ask them for their Fountain ID. We'll pull it in and we'll do the math and just fucking, 1/3 it up. You know what I mean? And that's. I don't know. I don't understand why things can't be like that right now. And I understand, like the music game's fucked up for sure, dude. Like, it's crazy to me. And I'm born and raised in the Bay Area, so the Bay Area independent, get it out your back of the trunk. You know what I mean? Like, sell your CDs out the back of the trunk. You know what I mean? Like, I know you know what I'm talking about, right? Like they do it up here. So I think we could set up a fucking firestorm by teaching these dudes how to do the music, the podcast 2.0 equivalent, which is music 2.0 or whatever you want to call it, man. What do you think about that?
I think podcasting 2.0, I don't know how it works exactly, but I'm assuming it just pulls
it's just RSS. Like even from my understanding, it just pulls RSS. RSS is the base layer. And then it does all these other, like, I guess you can flip bits, right? So you could just do a flag. So like they're talking about doing music versus podcasting ones where you could already analyze. So for example, SoundCloud, you already have apps that can analyze SoundCloud and they can tell if it's a like vocal podcast or it's an actual music, right? So you can just get base mapping on that.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then, And all you have to do is the same thing. So like with Defend the Network, you go on Fountain, you claim your podcast, you go on podcastindex.org, you claim you register with them, say, this is my podcast. And then now you can say, hey, this is my music cast, right? So this is my RSS feed for my music. So instead of you using Twitter and YouTube, you can use your basic RSS and there will be an app like Fountain, which will work like the Spotify. The problem with Spotify and Anchor right now is that they're trying to they're basically trying to write off RSS. They're like, now we're going to use our own thing. And it's like, bro, this is open source. It's been used for years. And now you're trying to take off in your own direction. That's the problem with Spotify. They're trying to go corporate, just like Apple. They're trying to create a walled garden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just not the Bitcoin way. Like, and it's just not.
That's short-term thinking as hell too.
No, what it is, it leads to censorship.
For those choosing to opt into Spotify.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is that's very short term.
Yeah,
like once Bitcoin and Lightning, like we're to tie back to what we were saying earlier, like, I told you I was selling MP3s, but I was getting messages from people in random countries, right? And they could even buy the MP3s if they wanted to. But imagine as the wealth or the Bitcoin distributes around the world and everybody has more access to just a broader audience. Imagine if Spotify is only stuck in this closed off world where they're essentially fencing themselves into a corner while the rest of the world's on open standards, open payment systems. And what they thought was a benefit in 2022 is going to be like a hindrance in 2035 if they're still around. You get what I'm trying to say?
It's what ancient China did, right? They burnt all their ships and fucking just block themselves off from the rest of the world. They fucking missed out on a bunch of stuff,
Dude,
right?
because the merchants were getting too rich and powerful. And
Oh
so,
no!
And so the ruling class just literally chopped off their arm to be like, I still in
I
control.
mean, why would they do that? It looks silly now, but you know, back then they might have had like, oh, this is what we got to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty scary. So, hey, what apps do you use to distribute your music and get paid in Sats?
I used to get paid in sats. I use Wavelake. Wavelake, I think they're in the process of updating. I think they're going towards an RSS feed model. I talked to the guy who ran it, and similar to Fountain.
What are they
Similar,
use
I think they're
now?
gonna do. Right now, it's all on a website, like a like browser based, not mobile at all. But most people listen to music on their phones, mobilely. You know what I mean? So so I use Wavelake, and I've got donations via Sats from it, and it's cool. But like it's still like really really early testing. They're just like messing around, and
you gotta go RSS, man, because what it is with RSS is like you can just broadcast your shit, and like, everybody can pick it up. Like, so we use Transistor as the host, and you know we pay $20 a month. There are some free ones, but then obviously you pay they insert ads or whatever to make money off of you, or they might get the rights to your podcast, which is even worse. So you got to really read the fine print on what the hosts are doing, because that's kind of a bottleneck in the podcast industry. And I hope, like, I saw that BTC Pay Server, they were going to give you the ability to host your own podcast now. Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
That's gonna be fucking cool. So you can host your own shit on your own music on your node. The same Bitcoin node you have. It's like, what? That's crazy.
And I'm assuming that's gonna make it easier to connect to, like, whether it be Fountain or Breeze or whatever these podcasting 2.0 apps you're using. Yeah, because BTC Pay Server has a really nice interface to connect many things. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
You're going back to the old internet, before there was a cloud. It's like, dude, everybody used to have servers. You know what I mean? My nerdy ass friends did. So, what do you like about Wavelake?
I mean, that's the only service I know that does this is music focused. So when I first saw somebody tweet about it, I emailed the guy. His name is Michael. I emailed him, and we just chatted, and I started uploading my music on there. And yeah, it's not a lot of money, but it doesn't matter because I make this stuff for free anyways. And if I get Satoshis, it's awesome. But the only reason why, and you said what I like about it, it's just that it's the only one I know of. I haven't seen any other like music focused streaming for Satoshis.
So how do you get your inspiration for your music, man? What's the creative process?
You know, I'll be honest. I try every week. I do try to come up with just different, like, I'll try to come up with a loop, like whether I'm making a drum loop or a melody loop, whatever, whether it be piano or drums or I'm sampling something, right? And so I just come up with a loop, and then I'll come up with something cool, and it just stays as a loop. It might stay as a loop for months. Like when I say a loop, it's just like a section or a groove in the song, and then I'll read something Bitcoin related, and then I just build it from there, and I come up with themes like. You know, I'll come up like not the most recent Kanye remix I did, but I did one like this house track, and the setting in my head when I made this song, I was like, this is 240. I called it 248B, 240 years after Bitcoin has existed. So this is all the blocks of all the Bitcoins have been mined already, and this is post 2140, post halving world, and I just thought of an idea. I was like, so this is what would somebody do a couple hundred years in the future? They would probably look at the turning point. So I made that song into like a history song. You know what I mean? Like this is people 200 years from now looking back at the old fiat world, and I put it to a nice like banging house track or whatever. And so I come up with that. Like I have a lot of ideas, and I've been.
Did you come up with the house track first? You said
that one. Yeah. I came up with that one. I definitely did.
So does it vary though? Like sometimes
it varies, man. Because like I told you, to stay sharp musically, I try to just do at least something every week, but not necessarily you get something out of it all the time, right? So I do try to come up with groove, and I do try to learn new techniques in terms of making my production even better. So I'm always constantly trying to learn with techniques and whatnot.
Yeah, Mark Goodwin put out a record on SoundCloud that's like all he like. I like the concept. He just did it the first take on every
Mhm.
song. That I mean, that's pretty ballsy, dude. It's pretty scary, right? Just
Yeah.
first takes. You know what I mean? Like, damn, that's pretty
If I did that, dude,
right.
it'd be
Like,
so
what?
awful. No, but the thing is, I don't know what kind of music he makes. I'm assuming if you say first take, I'm assuming he plays guitar and he sings and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like,
like,
I think he did everything, but I mean, he made the
yeah,
drum, bass,
but
and all that stuff.
yeah,
But he played the
what
guitar.
I'm trying to say is like with electronic music and hip hop music, it's like a lot of these things are sample based. So like
Gotcha.
we're creating drums, right? And then it's not like I'm playing it live and recording in one take. Like there's no mess up. Like everything is like edited and like processed, reprocessed, and constantly. So you're just sitting at a computer for hours at a time when you're making hip hop music and electronic music.
So, people been hitting you up about this music? Can you talk about that or no?
Yeah, people appreciate it. That's what I say. People have appreciated it. They've been sending love to me, and I appreciate it too because all I can ask for is somebody to listen. You know, like if somebody doesn't like it, it truly doesn't bother me. All I ask for is a listen. But the fact that people do appreciate it, enjoy it, and some people like really enjoy it to the point where they're sending me satoshis, like that warms my heart, man.
No, I really enjoy the music, bro. It's really good music. I'm not fucking gassing you up, dude. Like the beats are sick. I mean, just the whole concept. I guess maybe because I'm a Bitcoiner, maybe I fucking get pulled in a little bit more, right? But when are you coming out with the CD, dude? Or is that even a
Bro,
thing now? Like, I think
I don't
the
know.
kids do that nowadays
No, I don't know. Like there are still albums, but
because they're
like
not even CDs anymore. Right? Like, who has a CD
yeah,
player?
yeah, I don't know. You remember tangent, but you remember the six? I don't know if you remember these, but the 6 disc CDs. Someone would have a like, I got 6 disc CD changer in my car, bro. So they would load up their favorite six
The
CDs.
cassettes? Or the
No. There's CDs in the car, bro. So it would come out, and you could load up 6 CDs. That was like, damn, this dude's balling. This is back in the day. You got
I'm older
six
than that, bro.
CDs.
They had the cassette ones where you put the CDs in the
Oh,
car.
cassette.
Remember
Oh,
that?
damn. Nah, see, that's before my time.
Imagine keeping your Bitcoin on cassettes.
Hey, but we're gonna look back at we look at people with paper wallets today, and we kind of laugh at them. Imagine looking back at people with these hardware wallets and how clunky they are. Yeah, they're gonna look back and find it pretty ridiculous. Are you muted? RIP your audio, bro.
Yeah, my audio cut.
Oh, you back? You back?
No, it's just fucking unplugged over there. Sorry, what did you say? My bad.
I was just talking about like you know how we look back at the cassette tapes and the CDs. We're gonna look back at paper wallets and even these hardware wallets today and be like, these dudes are so cringe or whatever. We're gonna look back and see that.
Oh, they had to sign in all crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to this Bitcoin Park thing in 2 days, and
Oh, nice.
I'm actually picking up a seed signer. I'm picking up 2 seed signers, and like just check. I'm just pretty excited to see what kind of stuff they're coming out with there. They want to just promote like the Bitcoin community stuff, and I'm gonna go take notes, man. Come back with the field notes on what's going on, man, and how to promote the Bitcoin community. So what's going on with that beef, man? How's that turning out?
Oh, I forgot to update
Did you
you.
pay that
Dude,
guy with Bitcoin or not?
no, I didn't. I didn't. I think Slim told us you don't just go up to the guy and talk to him about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I talked to him, and then you know, he educated me on his process. And I'll tell you what, man, this beef slaps, dude. It slaps. I gave it to friends and my brother, my auntie, cousins, and they're like, bro, this shit is fire. So yeah, it's been pretty good. So next time I re-up, I'm gonna try to squeeze in the Bitcoin combo.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got a
I'll
few
give you
couple
some
friends. I got a few couple friends that like sell like the Wagyu stuff because they'll go in on a big purchase and then they divvy it out between the friends. But I mean, I don't see why maybe Bay Area Bitcoiners can get in on something like that, right? Where
No, this ain't no Wagyu. Wagyu's like
no,
some
no, no,
high-end
well,
shit.
doesn't have to be
Yeah.
though. That's what I'm saying. It's just the same
Yeah.
concept. Where so you just get the product in bulk and then just divvy it up among the community that's just down. We could even start like a little sub telegram
for people that are interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that got the
And I'll tell you what,
fridge,
too.
whatever. But I'm just saying,
Picking
right?
up
It could help. Go ahead.
Yeah, picking up the food was like easier than going to the supermarket. Like, I don't know where you shop the supermarket out here, but lately the supermarkets have been so understaffed. I know, like they talk about the labor shortage or whatever, but the line waiting at supermarkets are taking me so damn long. But I literally go to the butcher shop, pull around back, they load up my car, I bounce, and that was it. It was so quick, like compared to like going to the supermarket.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. It was a big establishment or what?
Nah, dude, it's actually really small. It's like you get off the roads and you got to drive through like, I got a little Civic. I'm driving through the dirt, so it's like a little bit off road, but yeah,
How
the
many
product
pounds?
is really
How many
great.
pounds you pick up? A half a cow?
And half a cow.
Damn.
It was a lot.
What's that running nowadays?
That was like 2,500.
Okay. Damn. 2,500, dude. Okay. I mean, I'm sure you got what you pay for.
Yeah, it's cheaper than the supermarket. I did the math. It really is. The only negative downside is it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, you got to freeze it or whatever. But hey, if you got the room, if you got the family, right? Like,
Yeah,
did
it's
you
split
do-
up between two households,
did,
and I think this is the way. Yeah.
did you do the math on how long that would take to eat though, like time wise?
Dude, knowing me and my brother, I'm like 90% carnivore. I used to be 100% carnivore, but over the last 2 years, I've added fruits and veggies again. But it'd probably go 6 months, maybe. I don't know,
Damn.
but probably quicker than that. But I eat a lot of meat, so.
I never asked you. You a crazy gym guy or something or what? You work out a lot or not?
I do. It's not like crazy. I mean, like 4 times a week for like 40 minutes to an hour. I'm not like
Reasonable.
I'm not exactly. I'm not like in the gym. Like some people live in the gym, and nothing wrong with that. I love working out too, but I like mixing it up with gym and basketball.
Oh yeah, I suck with basketball. Need to go to the gym a little bit more. I'm trying to get a like gym set up here in the backyard because yeah, it's better to have it at home. I think for me, just my setup. All right, man. So what else is going on, dude? Got 8 minutes to go here.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Ethereum merge, is it happening?
Fucking I saw Coinbase. I'm still subscribed. I don't know how to unsubscribe from the fucking Coinbase alerts or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the network is down or something like that. And they fucking sent me a thing today. Said the merge is gonna happen today at like I think right now, 8:00. If I'm not mistaken.
Today? It was the 15th
ETH
or
merge
something.
scheduled time and duration are approximate. Scheduled for September 14th, 21:30 PDT, September 15th, 2:30 PDT. On September 14th, 2022, around 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Coinbase will be temporarily pausing deposits and withdrawals for Ethereum and ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum, Polygon, and Optimism networks.
What the fuck are those things?
Fuck. That's just crazy, bro. So
Okay.
what is that? Day of 14th? No, so it's the 12th. So the 14th, dude. That's when it's supposed to happen.
So when you're at Bitcoin Park, do you think the merge is happening?
No, dude. Ain't no merge.
I think by the time this,
I don't know. I saw some crazy like tree, right? Where it's like, oh, you got to do this and then do that. If it's that fucking complicated, I don't want to fuck with it, dude. I'm just a fucking smooth
it's
brain.
comical, bro. Exactly.
If a smooth brain can't do it, it's not worth the time. Nobody's gonna fucking take up that bullshit. And it's crazy too. Like a lot of these people that are doing stakings and this and that, it's like you don't realize that you never really pulled that out. And I just heard of a story of somebody close to somebody that I know, like a friend in low places. Not really. It's like a friend in high places that like invested a lot in ETH. Dude, I'm gonna take it out. Like they go to take it out, it costs more to fucking take out than what they have in there.
What?
Yeah, it just costs more. Like the transfer fees to sell it costs more, and they're like, "What?" It's like, yeah, that's how it happens. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, why would you pay extra to get nothing?
Yeah. I don't even
Have
know
you
how
ever used
these
ETH at
things
all or
work.
no?
Back when I was a shit corner, yeah, I used to send. Actually, I'm not gonna say it, but because
What was the
in my
price? What was the
dreams,
price though? You know what I mean?
the price ETH was like at $100, $300. I don't remember. It was
And the
back in the
fees were
day.
reasonable back then.
Yeah, back when it wasn't like this is pre Crypto Kitties before Crypto Kitties
Yeah.
broke Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum was like $80, $100 or something. I don't remember what it was,
No kidding.
but but then back when I was a shit corner in the last cycle, I remember using ETH just to try it out and learn. But I haven't used it in years,
I
like in like
remember
5 years.
before Lightning, like I would jump into Litecoin and move shit with Litecoin, and you would jump between shit. It's like now it's all slick and streamlined. I forgot all about that bullshit that we used to have to go through. We were talking about
Like
people losing all this money on their paper wallets because they didn't understand how paper wallets work.
you know how you asked me if I've ever used ETH. When we get shit corners at the meetups, I often ask them, do they hold their own keys? Have they used it? And majority of them, no. Majority of them, it's on Coinbase or it's on Robinhood or it's on whatever exchange they're using, Gemini or whatever, right? So a lot of these people who are altcoiners or shit corners, a lot of them don't hold their own keys.
Well, they never.
Like at least the one I've run into, I haven't.
Everybody's shook on that Bay Area Bitcoiners Telegram. Not everybody, but this guy.
Regarding what?
This one guy shook. I don't want to call him out or what. I don't even remember his name, but he was talking about like, oh well, the government's gonna ban mining and this and that. And I was like, dude, don't you get it? If the government ever decides to do anything crazy like that, Bitcoin's the only thing that's gonna survive. Like it's the only thing you can't take if you follow proper protocol. It's like,
Ban that's just ban mining is so ridiculous because what do miners do? They're guessing numbers. Miners
how do
guess
they
numbers.
prove it? Yeah, like how do they?
What does that mean? It's like banning the number 3 or banning the number 0. Like, okay, good job, government. And I don't think they're gonna ban it because like they would look so bad if they failed. You know what I mean?
They could be crazy corrupt though. You know what I mean? Maybe they have fat bags. They all have fat bags of ETH. They own the 70% of ETH or whatever bullshit.
I know JP Morgan owns a fat bag of ETH.
Fucking scammers.
Yeah, they're like a big owner of like MetaMask, and they're part of like starting Ethereum. I have to verify, but that's what I remember reading.
Trash. And that's the problem.
Right.
Like they got plenty of money. They got their own little bullshit money printer, so they could just print out a bunch of ETH, try to fight Bitcoin. But I don't know, man. I think people are starting to understand value way more than maybe it's just because we're coming up on tough times, right? It's unfortunate, but people need to touch the stove so they can understand what pain is, right?
Dude, people definitely do understand it. They can't pinpoint the exact problem, but I was in a car with a coworker. We were just driving around just this past week, and the person told me, they're like, because I always I never bring up Bitcoin, but I try to sneak in issues of money printing, centralization of the creation of money, and these people say these things. I don't like that they're printing money, or like they give hand out this free money to these people. It makes them like they're pointing out to the right problems. You just got to nudge them the right way eventually, and I slowly work Bitcoin into those convos. But at first, I just try to have them realize that that's an issue.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, all right. We're coming up at the 1 minute mark. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up? What do you got
no.
next week?
I got more music, man. I'm on the way. I have a lot. I have more music that I can make videos for right now.
So when CD then? Or a musical compilation, I guess. What do we call it?
I do have a big playlist on YouTube, but I'm just putting on a bunch of music and eventually consolidate it
in a package.
I'll consolidate. I will.
The consumers want to consume, man, and I want to push the music, man. You got a bunch of good music, and my only constructive criticism is they need to be a little bit longer, and I'm sure you already know that, right? Like
That's my.
A little bit longer, so
brother says the same thing.
sounds like a song, quote unquote. You know, whatever you want to call them. But dude, no, I think you're definitely onto something, dude. And yeah, oh, dude, that's one thing I didn't ask too. Maybe we could talk. I'm gonna write this down about actually asking for sats. Anyways, we'll talk about the next one. Thank you everybody for listening. This is Defend the Network. Please share some time, talent, and treasure. Repost, comment, or send us some sats. This is Eastside Tony and Real Richard. Peace.
Peace.
Bitcoin is the future.
Cultish fucking psychopaths, fake but they recycle that. Flood is with these lies, we ignore it, then we cycle back. To this anchor, we are called a time chain, our minds break. In this rabbit hole so deep, we wired up our time frame. We just call it time preference, started with divine presence. Immaculate conception, shit posting is profession. Dunking on central bankers, modern day money changes. Throw 'em out the temple, got no use for they paper.
Got no use for they paper.
Paper.
Got no use for they paper.
Modern day
Money changes.